AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Fabian Perspective. Knicks Rehab. Oh, we live.
Yes, sir. Big Flea. Never the little one. Let's get it.
Never that. All ball.
Yeah, I know the drill, man. Listen, let's go, man. We in the building, baby. Big shout out Floyd Mayweather. Y'all seen him on It Is What It Is this morning?
I saw him.
He said, "Yo, what up?" He said, "What am I hating on?" He said, "I got." He said, "I got 100 cribs in New York. I got the yachts paid for, 1,000 cars. What am I hating for? Yo, these guys is maniacs.
I got what's up? I got hookah spots.
Yeah,
I got everything. Haney a goofy though. Daddy Haney, he a goofy though.
Flea, I'm being honest, man. That's why I don't want money like that. I don't give me close to $1 billion, bro. Because it's just like, yo, listen, I got all the Nintendo games.
Yep.
The Sega Genesis games. What am I hating for? They all paid for. Come on, man. What are y'all talking about? Let's go, Fabian.
Let's get it.
Once again, Flea, terrible look. Instagram.
Let's get it.
Come on, Fabian, bring us back, man.
Let's get it.
I can't with Flea. We'll be on here all day doing that.
I'm gonna try my best. I gotta recover from the shoulder lean and the jab that your man be throwing out here, Flea. Come on, man. Your man's the master.
Just in case some of these young whippersnappers is looking, thinking they could and then you might have a lady. They gotta see you can still know what I mean?
Oh, he can still shake. I feel protected. We can go out.
Flea the worst, man. See what I'm saying? Let's go, man. Lord,
well, Flea, what are the odds of that? What are the odds that I don't want to repeat the words you just used, but what are the odds AllBall could get it on? What are the odds that OG Anunoby will be joining another team? What are the odds that he'll be joining the damn 76ers? What the hell?
I don't like
OG Anunoby's next team odds favor 76ers over Thunder and Spurs. Where is OG headed? He averaged 14 a game, 14 points, 4 rebounds a game, 2 assists on 48% shooting, 49% shooting, really. Here, clutchpoints.com, according to Bet Online. I looked at Bet Online, by the way. I couldn't get on there, but I digress. They have Bet Online, according to Clutch Points and Bet Online, I'm sorry. The 76ers have a plus 300 odds of signing OG Anunoby away from us. Don't you dare do that. Who's in second place? The Oklahoma City Thunder at plus 500. And in third place is plus 600 with the San Antonio Spurs, as the title already suggested. And, of course, they get into where's the best fit for OG Anunoby. The best fit overall for OG will most likely end up is with the 76ers. He has mostly been in the Northeast with both the Raptors and the Knicks. So this would be an easy transition with the 76ers. The 76ers have a lot to fix with Joel Embiid still in his prime and Tyrese Maxey emerging as much as he has. And Anunoby fits with what they do on the perimeter, especially on defense. That's enough. I'm about to get sick. Gotta go to my guys. What do you guys think about that? Flea, you already laughing. I want to know what your reaction is to the odds that OG Anunoby will cross town, the I-95 or whatever the hell that highway is, cross through Camden and join the Liberty Bell people?
Listen, bro, I'm not a betting man, so when you want to talk that betting stuff, you gotta holler at my OG. He knows his way around those numbers and betting and all that fly stuff. But I will say this. First of all, it's a slow free agency. If everything is about OG. Respectfully, we love OG, but it's a wild free agency when he is the biggest name that continues to get talked about every day. But nonetheless, bro, I keep telling you, I do not believe OG Anunoby will not be in blue and orange come October. I don't believe that. I cannot see that happening. I will reiterate again. Leon Rose would have to be looked at, investigated. We would have to put a microscope on that brother if he allows anybody to fleece us and come get OG Anunoby. Like, it can't happen. It just cannot happen. So it's cool. We could speculate, you know what I'm saying? Because this ain't coming out of the Knicks camp. This is coming out of the whole everybody else's camp. I haven't seen, OG come out and say anything about possibly wanting to test free agency. Test the market per se, look at other teams. We haven't heard him say that. Again, Leon Rose's son, his son is the agent for OG Anunoby. Bro, if we start the season without OG, it would feel like we lost OG, IQ, and RJ Barrett going into next season. That's how that would feel. So, nah, I'm not rolling. That's cool for the folks that love betting, but Big Flea not rolling. I'll see OG Anunoby in October training camp in blue and orange.
AllBall. Are you as confident? Dame dato.
Y'all might not like
OG don't want to pay him. OG don't want to pay OG.
No. It's not that. Y'all might not like my answer. Yeah. I put my glasses, right?
Put your glasses back on.
If we got to lose OG, it won't hurt me. Him going to Philly doesn't scare me. You know why? Are we sure him and Embiid is going to be able to stay healthy and be in the playoffs? I'm Fabian. I'm at a point where I'm a big OG fan, but it scares me that these guys can't stay on the court. I'm sorry. We was okay before OG got there with just Randall. And Flea, when you say, we lose RJ Barrett and quickly, the emergence of Hart and DiVincenzo and Deuce McBride, that doesn't happen without losing those two guys. So I'm fine with that. Am I okay with losing OG? No. But to give a guy 4 years, $150 million, and this probably, now I'm a betting man. I'm betting this over 50% that he can't stay healthy all season. We have to be careful. Also, we're a hot spot now. I don't think it's going to be a problem with us getting somebody. So for me,
but hold on, OG. Getting somebody, like you just said that real nonchalant and regular. Yeah. This is not somebody. We don't replace a All-NBA defender, like one of the best perimeter, perimeter defender in the NBA right now. How do you replace that? With somebody.
Okay. Where was that all NBA defender when we needed him?
Not healthy. But when he's healthy and he's out there, we are a completely different team.
Hold on, Flea.
You wear your beanie. We get you to put your beanie on when OG is out there.
How did you start that sentence? What was the first word you said?
When healthy.
No. If.
That's true.
Yeah, Fabian, I'm going there. We don't need to panic. We have our superstar. We have our core. Listen, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It is not the end of the world if we don't re-sign OG, especially if we overpay him and he can't stay healthy. I'm sorry. I told you I'm looking at everybody different after we lost Game 7 to the Indiana Pacers in the Garden. Our All-NBA defender wasn't there to help us. I don't know what the hell Hartenstein was doing. I don't know what happened. So for me, I'm not afraid that he goes to Philly because now you have him and Embiid to where are they going to be on the floor in the playoffs? I'm more so scared of him going to San Antonio and now you looking like Kawhi and Tim Duncan all over again. To me, that's the best fit. Do I want to lose OG? No, but I'm going to be honest, fellas. A lot of free agents coming up. It's a lot of players behind the scenes that want to play for New York. They're just scared to say it. I don't want to lose OG, but I'm going to tell y'all this. We pay him, and then we go through the same thing year in, year out where he's unhealthy from non-contact injuries. Damn you do, damn you don't. I'm not panicking. We got Jalen Brunson. We got Hart DiVincenzo. Julius Randle coming back. I'm sorry, fellas. OG might have to walk.
Nah, not rolling. Go ahead, Fabian, because I ain't rolling.
Oh boy, you lucky we wasn't in person, man.
I should have left him at the crib. I put him back in the car. I should have left him at the crib.
No.
That's what I did. I should have left him at the crib.
No, but get back on that camera. Where you go?
He ran.
Where you go? That's what it would have been lights out, AllBall. You would have been having practicing that shoulder lean in real life. That Floyd Mayweather show, all that Floyd showed you. I want to see all that. What? Are you crazy?
Hey, Flea. What do we always say in life? I need you when I need you. I don't need you when I don't need you.
Availability, the best.
When we needed OG, he wasn't there. So, Fabian, before you go, like Flea, big Flea, not the little Flea, like my brother Big Flea said.
Well, don't let them get you, Flea. Don't let them catch
no.
right now.
And as good as OG is, but if we're gonna allow OG to hold things up, he's not a. Go ahead, Fabian. I don't want to say nothing out of control. Go ahead, brother.
Because you're going crazy.
Say it.
You're going crazy.
Listen, the traffic is great right now. You know that traffic slowed down on the FDR, Papa. Well, say it. Say it, AllBall.
We not the same Knicks. I'm glad we doing what we doing. We not letting nobody hold us hostage. As much as I love OG, once again, listen, you know what I tell my lady all the time? I need you when I need you. When I don't need you, don't show up. When I'm down and out, I need you. When we needed OG, he couldn't pull through for us. I'm sorry, man. And it's been all season. This is why Brunson and guys was hurt, gas, getting injured, because our guys, when we needed them, they couldn't stay healthy. Randle, freak accident. But it was contact. OG, non-contact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm ecstatic that we have him. But if we can't keep him for whatever reason, I'm going there tonight, fellas.
We got to look at this a little different. And I challenge you, OG, to look at this a little different. Fabian, follow me when I'm saying. We trade for OG right before the trade deadline. You know what we gave up for him, RJ Barrett, quick couple pick, whatever. That package, right? He plays, and then there's a phantom elbow injury. Now, what I'm saying is that I feel like the front office, the people that know, didn't put us in the know. Like, you have to know that something is wrong before you make that deal. So I feel like the elbow injury was prior to him even becoming a New York Knick. I just feel like we didn't know. That wasn't information that we were privy to. So, when we go into that deal, it's like, oh, he's injured. So now we look at it different. We looking at him like he's 100% healthy, ready to rock and roll. And now all of a sudden he gets an elbow injury. Where does this come from? There wasn't a lot of information about it, right? There was no breakdown. We had the Quack on here one day, and he was breaking it down. But we ain't never really get, some feedback from somebody, within the Knick organization. Anybody from
the Quack is crazy, but go ahead.
My fault, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we had him, breaking it down.
He's a real doctor.
Oh, my fault. Respect, my fault. But
that's AllBall's fault. You said it way too nonchalant.
The Quack, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But,
go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is, bro, OG, like, you would feel different if we walked into that trade knowing that there was something going on. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's compounding now. The elbow injury, he was gone. Then we get him back, and we look like a completely different team. And then, boom, the hamstring injury happens. So, like, if there was more transparency with what was going on with that elbow injury from day one, I think anybody that has reservations about this, including yourself, will look at this different. Me, I don't give a damn. We're going to sign him. Give him 130, 140, 150. I start, but we got to pay. Like, it got to happen.
Knicks were 14-2 in the month of January. Our best record for a month since 1993, if I'm not mistaken.
94.
Immediately after 94, immediately after both players went down, yes, Julius Randle included, or Anunoby goes down. The month of February, we were 4-8. Ain't no way in hell you can't come back with Anunoby. Ain't no way in hell Sam Rose. He ain't no damn Shane McMahon. He ain't turning on Vince like that. You don't turn on your pops like that. You ain't turning on the La Cosa Rosa like that. Flea, it's not more Cosa Nostra. La Cosa Rosa. La Cosa Rosa. Are you crazy? That Rose thing. You ain't turning on that. That's family. That boy gets any inkling OG's going anywhere. They're putting the hit out. You ain't going in. You ain't leaving New York City. All good like that.
First team All NBA. First team All NBA selection next year. Book it. Bet money right now, OG. Oh boy, bet money right now. We ain't never bet. Me and you ain't never bet. I known you a couple years now. I ain't get you in a bet yet. First team All NBA defense next year. Book it. What's up?
Are you 100% sure he's going to play the whole season?
He's going to play 65 games to make a postseason team. That's what I'm saying. He's going to play enough.
Now, let Fabian finish and I'll respond. I want Fabian to get in this. No, because I don't want to seem like the stickler. But it's like I'm tired of getting excited. And then our guys can't stay healthy. That is our Achilles heel right now. And I'm not going to allow us to come on this platform and act like we don't have a major problem with half of our roster being injury prone. I'm sorry, I'm just not. And then now, especially, probably the second most important player on our team is injury prone. And it's looking like he's going to be like that his whole career.
But OG, he's 26 years old.
I understand.
So tell me who an Iron Man is in the league right now. Tell me a guy that you could look at and play 75 games every year. Who is that guy?
Can I intervene?
Absolutely. Like, who is that guy?
That's an easy layup. You cross the bridge, downtown Manhattan, Atlantic Avenue, Flatbush.
He plays.
Mikal Bridges is Iron Man of this era. So if he goes, there's no way possible if we're gonna even entertain this AllBall. Jesus, I can't believe I entertained it. But if he does, has to be a two-way trade, 3-team trade involving the Nets, and you bring back Mikal Bridges, because that's impossible that you let OG Anunoby go. We're just way too good with him there. We saw the writing on the wall with him here. I'm unbeatable. We look like the best team in the league. No exaggeration. He fits on both sides of the court. I believe they planted stuff like this or any seeds for this so that the Sixers think they have a chance. I don't think it's possible he's leaving. That's just, you can't do it. He can't turn on his pops like that. We seen what's his name? What's the Clutch Sports? Rich Paul turn on Leon Rose. Unless they got the real Kendrick Lamar mole and he got the information for Sam Rose, unless they got going on, OG staying here, baby. Ain't no way possible he's leaving. I don't believe them odds.
I want to ask you something, OG, real quick before you rock. My therapist always says, "Yeah, Flea goes to therapy." That's whatever. But
I'll be there soon. Don't worry about it.
Listen.
La Cosa Rosa.
Yo, this is the best damn show on YouTube, y'all. If y'all haven't tapped into Knicks Rehab, tell your mama, tell her boyfriend, tell her boyfriend's son. Lock in with Knicks Rehab. It's the best show on YouTube, hands down.
Tell her. Make sure y'all tell the ladies.
Yeah,
let's get
tell the ladies too.
Come on.
Yeah, we need.
So I started with y'all mamas.
We need some. We need some balance. Let's get that out. There's a family show.
Yes, but here, OG, let me ask you a question. Like I said, therapist always says, "What's the worst that could happen?" Right? Let's go there first. What's the worst that could happen? Let me ask you this. OG gets a $160 million deal from the Philadelphia 76ers. He takes the deal. We panic, and now we trade Mikal Bridges, but Randall and Deuce McBride are in the deal. Now we go into the training camp minus OG and Randall and a completely different team going into the next season. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about that because it's about the future.
Okay.
Once again, I've been saying this for years. As Knicks fans, we have to be patient. I always compare what Golden State Warriors did. I'm not saying we're going to be able to duplicate that, but they were patient. Once again, you give me Mikal Bridges and we don't have OG or Randall, I'm fine with that because now look at what we have to build around to now move forward and really go for it. My thing is this. I love OG, but now let's flip the coin. Let's say he does go to Philly, and let's say he does get injured. Philly is bad luck. I'm never worrying about Philly. Philly got the dark cloud around them. They not never getting past the second round. Embiid is never going to stay healthy. Eventually, he's going to get out of there, and it's going to be Maxi's team. But Flea, I ask you, what if he goes to Philly, and these nagging injuries continue on, and the same thing happens in the playoffs where he can't play, and then now Philly is back to what they do as far as flaming out in the second round.
In that scenario, in the scenario I just gave you, I'm gonna be honest. Once he's over in Philly, I don't give a damn at that point. You over there now. You are up. I don't care. But for us, the concern is now how, hold on. This will be a memorable season. This was lightning caught in a bottle this season, y'all. Like, a lot of things went right for us to get where we got, and a lot of things went wrong for some of those things to catapult the right. You understand what I'm saying? Like Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Deuce McBride, all of these guys elevating Jalen Brunson to what he was this year. All of that elevation doesn't happen if Julius Randle is fully healthy throughout the year. If Mitchell Robinson is fully healthy without the year. We don't see what Hartenstein is, and the conversation of do we pay him, do we not? That conversation is different. So what I'm saying is, like Fabian says, don't be too brave to be stupid. I messed up the line, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, hold on now.
I get it.
Hold on now, because now we go into next season minus Julius Randle, minus OG Anunoby for this scenario, and we roll out with Mikal Bridges, Brunson, Robinson, and then however else you want to fill it out, whether that's DiVincenzo, Hart. So now it's a Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, Bridges, Mitchell Robinson team. You feel the same way about that team that you do about what we currently have?
But Flea, of course, we would have to make other moves. We still gonna have draft. We still gonna have other things to do. I'm saying, moving forward, I feel great about that because once again, look at the guys we would have at that age. Listen, let me ask y'all a question. Is it possible that no matter where OG lands, I hope he stays with our Knicks, but is it possible that wherever OG lands, his next 4 years can be like Kawhi Leonard in the Clippers? Is that possible?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm afraid of.
But it's also possible. Go back and look at the first 3 to 4 seasons of Bradley Beal's career. Go look back at the first 3 to 4 seasons. Brad couldn't stay healthy. Brad was figuring out his body. He didn't understand how to have an NBA body. As soon as Bradley Beal figured out what he needs to do to stay conditioned and stay healthy throughout the season, perennial all-star, him and John Wall become one of the best backcourts in the league. Brad Beal then goes on to score 30 points back-to-back seasons, is a scoring title, is a scoring champion, all of these kind of things. So what I'm saying is there's an other side of the coin too, where OG's 26 years old. He could very well figure out this summer, what do I need to do to make sure that I'm playing 65 to 75 games a year? And that switch could flip and the money could be worth it. So I'm on the other side of the coin. I know you on the other side too, OG, but I feel like, again, this is a good problem to have for the New York Knicks. We haven't been in the situation where, we're almost jockeying to keep a guy because he was so great for us. So I just, I challenge people that are watching right now, just go take a look at that example for a second. Brad could not stay. We was looking at, and Brad was a number 2 pick, y'all. They was looking at him like, what the hell? This dude can't. It's supposed to be him and John Wall. After a while, he figured it out about the health. We always knew he was a talent. We always know OG is one of the best defenders in the league. Now he can shoot the 3, but one of the best cutters in basketball. But guess what? This motherfucker can stay healthy now. Oh shit. Okay, it's different. So I'm hoping for that, and I know you are too, OG. I know you are.
Let me answer with this one, a yes or no question, so we get to the next topic. Do you think, if this was like, I compare everything to football. If this is like football, OG Anunoby in my mind, and the Knicks, Brunson is like Peyton Manning. Super offense for many years, but it wasn't until Bob Sanders was fully healthy, one of the best safeties ever when he was healthy, ever, up there with anybody. When he was healthy, it was a wrap. They won that chip. Would you be okay, AllBall, knowing you, would you be okay with OG Anunoby with that one run and getting us the chip?
Yes, because that's what it's about, getting a championship. Once again, let me let everybody know in the comments. When we got OG, Fabian can attest to this. I was ecstatic. Like, and people didn't understand why. My thing is, I need you when I need you. These guys cannot stay healthy. Like I said, I'm a diehard Knicks fan. We need OG to stay healthy. I do not want to sign him. I don't want our future to be held up because of a player, and then we fold under the pressure, we fold under the fans, we sign him for this big money, this max deal, and we have these same problems. I'm terrified, and that's just being honest.
Fair enough. I just want the crowd, the AllBall family, the commenters to be kind to our guy AllBall.
They going crazy on you right now, OG.
Not going, he had a friend, he had an ally in Allah Wise, right? Even Allah Wise has already went from, he's saying, I had AllBall's back at first, but nah. I have to read his comments, even though he didn't give the super joint. But Allah Ball, he was with you. Allah Wise said, not wrong. IQ was leaving anyway, and RJ didn't fit. Don't want OG to leave either. My question to AllBall is, what is an overpay? Because his value is his value. He went from that, and then all of a sudden, everybody started turning AllBall crashing out with authority. We need everybody to stay healthy. That's a given. However, injury is part of the game, OG. So, but let's be nice, because
AllBall crashing out with authority is crazy. I love it.
But let's be nice, because at the end of the day, what is AllBall? He's a panicker.
Yes, he's been very honest about that. OG, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you afraid that the deal will be untradeable? So what if we get to the second year of the deal? The first year little injury. Second year, it's like, oh shit, this dude can't stay healthy. And now we're looking to move him. Is that the fear that we get him in a position where we can't move the money or him?
Yes, Flea, that's definitely part of the fear. That's for sure part of the fear. But most of the fear is from, like I said, man, I watch you sprint to get the ball on a fast break and you tear something. I watch you. I said to myself, is in his spare time, is he a pitcher? Like
this is towards all balls recovery. Big shout out to Trav Lucas, man. He's a member.
Thank you, man.
I love y'all, man.
That'll pay for the medication because my insurance don't cover. You know, so when I go to
what medication? The one on the corner where you can hit $2. I seen them prices at CVS just now.
Oh, listen, man. That's the co-payment, $2. I appreciate it. I definitely need it. but
I'm pay for the coping.
My brothers will tell y'all I'm a panicker, but I also deal with reality. And we've seen this before. I want to re-sign OG. I just want him to be healthy. Simple and plain. With him, we are a championship contending team. But if he continues to get hurt, pivotal moments of the season, pivotal games, pivotal series, where we need him, no disrespect, this is why people don't have a problem with Jimmy Butler getting paid. I mean, I know this season, you know, he was hurt, but what we say, we need you for the playoffs. I don't care how much time you get hurt or you take off in the regular season. But if you're in the playoffs, in a game 7 at the Garden to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, I need you on the floor. Simple and plain. And OG, it is very possible, the percentage is high, it's not low, that this can go on season after season. And I'm just scared, fellas. I'm just scared. That's it. I'm just nervous about that.
We got to move right along, but as Flea read already, Travis Lucas wants to pay $2 towards All Balls recovery. I appreciate the donation. I'm sure All Ball appreciates that as well. That way we can avoid all legal procedures. All Ball has been drinking that scissor, according to Travis Lucas as well. Also, he's recovering from the scissor.
OG don't even drink.
He's drinking, but that cough medicine is in the cabinet. We will retain this team. Knicks shouldn't worry. Peace to you guys keeping up the amazing work. Peace to you, Travis Lucas, because
Trav is the best.
Thank you.
Listen, you keep us going. Appreciate. Hey, I see the love in the comments. It's very a little less fire today, a lot of love. I love what's going on. That means my nigga is not around because he brings the gasoline.
He brings that flame. He brings that flame.
Turning up. As we continue on, talk about more odds. Flea doesn't like the game. He's not a gambling man. But
I'm here though. I love it. OG told me offline he gonna teach me some shit. So he gonna help me.
Nice.
He got
coming through the casino.
We going to Vegas too. He don't know that already. I'm gonna tell him tomorrow. We going to Vegas together.
Let's go.
Vegas might be nuts.
We drop everything for that.
I know that.
Flea in Vegas sounds crazy, and Isaiah Hartenstein in OKC sounds even crazier. But the OKC Thunder are the favorites to land the New York Knicks center Isaiah Hartenstein. This is different than the OG thing now because they said that he's the favorites to land Isaiah Hartenstein. Oklahoma City Thunder will be sprinkled into every NBA rumor this offseason. The current Vegas odds peg the Thunder as favorites to land Isaiah Hartenstein. The Oklahoma City Thunder are primed to make a summer splash with a mountain of draft picks and cap space the team has to spend in some way. It is a recipe for the Bricktown boys to be thrown into every rumor. One of the more interesting options on the free agent market is the New York Knicks center Isaiah Hartenstein. Coming off a 2-year, $16 million contract, the 26-year-old proved this season he could add value to a team's front court as a high-end rotational piece and spot starter in case of injuries. Here's the highlighted portion that they have. The Thunder's front court depth concerns have led to Oklahoma City being Hartenstein's top landing, according to Bet Online. There they go again. Bet Online. Come on to you. So, according to Bet Online, with a plus 300 odds, there has been no official scuttlebutt tying the Knicks big man to the Thunder. The fit on paper plus expandable money is enough to make this leap. So I still haven't seen anything about any reports, nothing. So what do you guys think about this bet online? At it again. Flea. You don't like gambling. Is this the reason why they keep just spreading rumors on us like this?
Listen, man, I've been going back and forth thinking about this for a little while now. So I'm glad we've had a couple of days, especially after Game 7 loss. Now we get here, we can finally, chop it up about iHeart. I love iHeart. iHeart played out of his mind this season. Stepped up in a big way. Mitchell Robinson went down twice, right? And Hartenstein really, really stepped up. Gave us all he could give us. Everywhere. Defensively, rebounding, the little bit that he could give us offensively, that little floater teardrop that he has in the lane is money, right? There's something he was going to, especially in the playoffs. But I will tell you this. Oklahoma City probably needs him more than we do. For the price that he's going to command, because he's earned some money. He's earned a long-term deal. Whoever marries him, and even if it is us, I'm not mad at it, but whoever marries him, I think is going to be worth it. I don't think when you look at the end of that deal, third, fourth year, probably fourth year as an option or something like that, like when you look at the deal at the end of it, you're not going to be a pissed off organization like, damn, I got to move this guy because I didn't get what I paid for. OKC lacks size in the front court a lot, right? They at some point want to start to protect Chet Holmgren, right? He's another slim dude, extremely athletic, extremely great player. He's going to be an amazing player going forward, but you got to put somebody next to him until he gets his he gets his NBA body. I don't even think he has his NBA body yet. He won't fill out much more, but he'll become that wiry strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, he may not look, I'm trying not to use this word, but he may not look girthy, but you know what I'm saying? He going
What? Yo, I got to get a yellow thing flag, man. What?
Flag on the play.
Right.
On sportsmanlike conduct. What's going on in window 3 over there, man?
Yo,
What we doing? Yo. Wow.
I hope you don't get the page flag for that.
Yo, he's that guy. My fault, y'all. That was little flea. That was little flea. Big flea messed up. That was
nah. Stay away from any size synonyms, right? What you doing out here, man? I don't want to hear about big or little nothing. Holy cannoli.
That was crazy. Yo, he said red card. My fault. Let's get back right.
Right, let's go.
International brother right there.
Nah, for real though. They need size in the front court, right? Chet Holmgren, he's a slim dude. And at some point, they're going to attack that. The Jokers, the Embiids, the Anthony Davises, the Giannis's. All of those guys are going to start to...
So Sabonis in Sacramento. Even if you just stay out there in the West, the Jackson Juniors, yeah.
I love this kid out here in Houston, Alperen Sengun. The Sengun kid, like, all of these guys are big dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they're going to need somebody that, could, be physical with the opposing bigs, because even a Miles Turner isn't lighting the ass, right? That's a big dude, 7-footer. So they can use him. I said to y'all, I think a couple days ago, we can find somebody that can do what he does. Do I have the answer? No, I'm not gonna act like I do. But I think, depending on what we do with those 2 draft picks, we have 2 first-round draft picks. We're a second seed, 50-win team, and we're going into this draft with 2 first-round draft picks. That's tough. Back-to-back, too. And they back-to-back.
Yep.
Right? That's tough. So I don't want to act like I'm not grateful for what he brought to us. Mitchell Robinson is another guy that I'm skeptical about. I'm skeptical about our front court about paying that brother close to $20 million. And when has, we have all this reservation about OG, right? Rightfully so. When are we going to start talking about Mitchell Robinson being healthy and available for us on a consistent basis? That needs to be said. Mitch is a great offensive rebounder. He's a hell of a defender. But let's be honest. When he is needed, be there when I need you. Right, OG? When I need you.
Great point.
Be there. And a lot of the times throughout this run, I'm talking about the last 4 years, Leon Rose, Tom Thibodeau, Julius Randle, all like, where is he? Where is he? I don't see him in the spots that we need him, right? In the spots that we need him. So that is a concern. And I think I said that to y'all before. The biggest concern for me is our front court.
Well, great point. Like I said, touche with the Mitchell Robinson thing, comparing it to basically what I said about OG. I can't argue that. But when we talk about Hartenstein, I'm a Hartenstein fan, but my opinion, here I go again. Y'all not going to like what I'm going to say. He got exposed. And, we don't want to believe that or see that or hear that because we are crazy Knicks fans. And this is why it's Knicks Rehab. Because at times, most of the times, we are delusional and out of control. But when we settle down and the dust clears and let's talk basketball, he got exposed. That Philadelphia series, if Mitchell Robinson doesn't come back hobbled, and I think that's why he had to come back, because if Hartenstein could have held it down, we might have had Mitch for the Indiana Pacers series. Then we go to the Pacers series. I'm going to be honest. Hartenstein, inconsistent. His big body, pause, he doesn't contest shots. I've watched him giving up too many times on the defensive end where once a guy beat him, he just swipes down and fouls him and he just walks off as if he knows, like, so for me, Hartenstein got exposed. And Flea, you said it a couple lives ago. We can find another Hartenstein. It's no disrespect to him. Once again, I would love to bring him back, but I'm not overpaying for him. And I think OKC, I think it would be a great fit. But are we sure he's the tough, big body, pause, that needs to be alongside Chet? Yes, he's size, but I watch him get torched by a hobble, one eye, one leg, Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And then I watch him get torched by Miles Turner in points of the game where it could have turned. Well, it did turn the series around.
Be fair to him. Be fair to him, OG. Be fair, because nobody can guard Embiid.
Flea. Is that a record? 5 fouls in 1 quarter?
It was nasty. I got you. I'm following you. I got you.
Right. I'm sorry. So for me, I'm saying I'm not overpaying for guys when they've been exposed. And as much as I love Hartenstein, if he's not going to work on his game, where you can at least step back and knock down a 12-footer. I've seen highlights of him early in his career hitting the corner 3, him looking for a shot. It's times where he don't even look at the basket. Once again, rebounding. I watched Josh Hart outwork a 7-footer every game. I don't think Hartenstein averaged double-digit rebounds.
No.
So for me, as much as we love him, and that's the Knicks, the New York in us, if we want to be realistic, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he played his hand that right, because once again, we may lose him, and I'd rather lose him than lose Mitchell Robinson. If you give me the choice of the two, I've seen what Mitch can do when he's healthy. Mitch holds it down. I'm sorry. Mitch holds it down. I'm not saying Hartenstein don't, but I'm taking Mitch over Hartenstein all day. And I think that Philly series and that Pacers series, to a certain extent, I think Hartenstein got exposed, man.
I gotta agree with that last statement in terms of who's more irreplaceable. It gotta be Mitchell Robinson because Flea, you touched on it yesterday when I hate to hear the who's more talented, more skilled players when what are you doing with that skill? How dominant did you turn that X amount of skills into? Shaq wasn't that skilled. Giannis ain't that skilled, but they're dominant. Mitchell Robinson can't pass like Hartenstein. Hartenstein is a little bit, he is a bit of a rim protector, all ball, a little more than you gave him credit for. But I don't care if it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Mitch is out there dominating the game on both ends of the floor. Now you have the offense has the game plan for Mitch on both ends. Our offense is to go, all right, we got to take certain shots so that he gets them offensive rebounds and continues we heard what Halliburton said the other day. That rebounding is crazy. It just changed his whole mindset on basketball. The Knicks single-handedly did that, and Mitchell Robinson is a part of that conversation. Even though he didn't play much with the Pacers, he embodies Tibbs' system. So I understand what you're saying with that. Hartenstein is a little bit, you could let him go before Mitchell Robinson. Also, Flea, you mentioned all the big bodies that the Western Conference has to deal with OKC. I think what would attract Hartenstein the same way is that, bro, they're number one seed in the conference. Number one, they were the number one team in the league. Oh, no, second to the Celtics.
To the Boston.
That's attractive in itself. You got an MVP candidate over there as well. That's highly attractive. That scares me now. I mean, Hartenstein is still CAA. It's not quite Sam Rose. They're at the table, though. Them agents that he got, Aaron Winston them. So this one's scary, man. It's not quite like OG for me. OG's a bigger deal. OG, you saw what they said about OG. We can't lose this contract. We're willing to pay, the max for him. Hartenstein, they're probably willing to max out, but even that's not enough. And I just think that component of this ain't the Orlando Magic who's on the cusp. It's not the Rockets or the Jazz. Nah, this is the OKC Thunder who can offer draft picks and still remain with the same team. This changes the whole series against the Mavericks, changes the series against Denver, anybody that they go up against. He'll be a bigger body out there for those 20, 25 minutes. And again, for me, my number one thing about Hartenstein, to have him next to SGA and them guys, or a pick and roll or dribble handoff with Chet and Hartenstein is insane. Hartenstein setting up Chet sounds crazy to me. It just sounds insane. So this one's tough, man. Do I want to lose him? No, but I think that there's a high possibility now.
Let me just say this real quick. See, for me, it's great to have 2 7-footers, but if both of them is very limited offensively, that's a problem. That's a problem. So for me, that's why I say I don't want to lose Hartenstein, but I damn sure don't want to overpay you because, like I said, you and Mitchell Robinson, we lucky to get 20 points between both of y'all. Like, we're lucky to get that. You're not winning in the NBA today with that. I'm sorry. You're just not. You're just not. God, I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna take the bounce pass of the Flea real quick. We know who's potentially available this summer, who made a big name for themselves this series, Western Conference Finals. Naz Reid. That's a player option. To AllBall's point, that's an amazing point. We have, even though we love Precious, we love Hartenstein really, and we love Mitchell Robinson. Them guys really can't spend too much time on the court. But Naz Reid is a 6'10", 7-foot guy. He could get around and be a stretch for play defense, be a 3-and-D 6'10" guy. If we can finagle that.
Listen, that wouldn't be one of those times where I say all money ain't good money, right? Like, I love how the role Naz Reid plays for the Timberwolves. Like, I very well see the Timberwolves trading Cat and elevating Naz Reid into a starting role. Like, I fully see that at some point. But if they don't go in that direction and Naz Reid does decide to leave Minnesota, like I always say, I don't think all money is good money, but coming to the Knicks, that type of player, yeah, that's good money. That's good money. He's a guy that can fit into that culture. So I just need gamers, man. We need gamers at that 7-foot position, at that 5 position, at that big position. We need gamers, man. And for me, I know how impressive he is when he's out there, but there's few and far times where he's not, right? Like he's just not out there, and we got to start holding him accountable for that. We got to start holding him accountable for that. There's been far too many times throughout this run as we continue to elevate that Mitch is not available when it's time to rock and roll. So
100% correct, Flea. I have nothing to say to that. 100% correct. 100% correct.
Before I continue on, Mel Bester 9. Clippers didn't like Hartenstein that much, but he was a backup to Zubac, who was a much better scorer and big man than Hartenstein, and Zubac was already a starter on the Clippers for years since Lakers. We talked to Dom. I don't know if Zubac is better. He is better, but they can use Hartenstein as well. So that's a great point, though. Another guy who the Clippers said, hey, we can move on from you because we have this guy here. And Zubac might be a fringe top 10 guy, but Flea mentioned the word gamer. Gamer. We talk about gamers and all-time gamers. Allen Iverson is an all-time gamer. But according to Jeff Teague, Chris Paul is just as good as Allen Iverson, and if not, had a better career than Allen Iverson.
Way better than there.
Y'all just don't have an AI, though. Y'all don't have an impactful nigga like that. Disrespectful.
Chris Paul just as good as Allen Iverson, bro. Oh.
Fuck no.
For real, bro.
Chris Paul is one of the greatest.
Better than Allen Iverson.
Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards to ever bless the court.
His career is better than Allen Iverson.
I ain't rolling, bro. AI.
He ain't more influential than AI. No way.
That matters, though.
No way.
Nobody wants to be
like CP3.
Career? Nobody wants to be like CP3, but
no, I give you that.
Nobody want to wear.
I ain't gonna lie, his J's was fresh as fuck on ESPN Countdown the other day. I don't know what ones.
Chris Paul shoe game is better.
Yeah,
we've been on it.
That's tough. He's a cheat code because he got Jordan, but I'm.
All right.
Now I seen a clip. You know, we get it. But it was a better clip I seen. But y'all heard what Jeff Teague said. I'm gonna be brief. It's no comparison when you talk about iconic. It's no comparison. Iverson is probably top 3 most iconic. Probably top 5 because sometimes we forget guys like Dr. J, things of that nature. But AI is up there as far as iconic and what he meant to the game. But let me be very careful because we got a real AI guy up here. Chris Paul's career might be better than Allen Iverson's. If we're talking playoff wins and losses, playoff appearances, they both been to a finals. Of course, AI has a scoring title, MVP. But if we're talking making players better, making teams better, playoff appearances, playoff wins, I'm going to be honest, and I'm not even a Chris Paul fan. Allen Iverson, when it comes to playoff appearances and wins and losses, it's not pretty. He's got a lot of first-round losses. He's got some missed playoffs. It sounds crazy, but I don't think it's that crazy. Now, I'm not going to go as far as saying as Chris Paul is just as good as Iverson. But it could be an argument. New Orleans Pelicans, Clippers. No, it wasn't Pelicans. What was it?
Hornets.
Right. Excuse me. New Orleans Hornets, Clippers, Chris Paul, OKC, Chris Paul. If we just talk about basketball, because I don't like him as a person. I don't know him, but I've heard, seen things. That's never here there. Chris Paul was a bad you-know-what. And some people have him top 5 point guard all time. I don't have him that high. But even if we just have it, if you name the top 10 greatest point guards of all time, 90% of the people is going to have Chris Paul in that conversation. Just like if you name top 5 shooting guards all time, top 10, Allen Iverson is definitely there. Some people have him top 5, whereas Kobe, Mike, D Wade, then people's going AI. So I don't think the conversation is that crazy. Platforms need to see something like this. We may need to go in depth. This is something you can't just talk about for 5 minutes and make a joke about it. We would have to bring up stats and playoff wins, losses, and all. But I would love to hear Flea's opinion on it. I don't think Jeff Teague and them, I don't think it's that crazy. They come off joking a lot and not taking things too serious. So it may come off like that. But if you really compare it, I think it's a solid conversation. And I don't think the gap is as big as everybody would make it out to be. Now, if we don't get caught up in the Iverson iconic and we just talk about basketball, Chris Paul's career is nothing to sniff at. And I don't think it's that much worse than Allen Iverson's. It may be a little better.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Like you said, OG, to give this proper due, we can't spend 5 to 6 minutes on this. I think we could spend an entire show really having a real conversation to break this down. I think it's a lot closer than what people think. I think you hear Allen Iverson's name and then you hear Chris Paul's name and immediately emotion kicks in. You like, what? Are you crazy? When in actuality, if you do like really do the work and look at it, however you want to compare it on paper and stuff like that, like that's where the comparison has to start happening for them. Because Iverson, culturally and iconically, nobody even comes close right now to what he brought to the league in terms of just being for the culture and that iconic feel, right? Like you almost had no choice but to love Chuck. Like you had no choice. When you seen him on the basketball court, you had no choice but to love him. A big part of that is because he was such a superhero amongst so many trees. Like at the time, the big position was still, I wouldn't say there were so many bigs, but Iverson got drafted in 96. So David Robinson is still around. Dream is still around. Patrick is still around. Shaq is coming into his prime. Dikembe, Zoe. Like, how many more y'all want me to go? Like, I just named a bunch of Hall of Famers at that position. What I mean by that is Allen got his money at a time where the paint was clogged. You had to be very, very creative to get a bucket. And 10 times out of 10, he was the smallest player on the court at all times. So to win 4 scoring titles, to lead a team to the NBA Finals, like all of that stuff is super, super impressive. But we can't act like when Chris Paul stepped on the scene in the NBA in year 3, he was a number 2 MVP candidate, right behind Kobe Bryant. In year 3, people talk about Iverson has more. Iverson played better defense. Are we nuts? Are we crazy right now? He got more scoring. He got more steals. Chris Paul has 6 steals titles. So,
preach.
What are we doing? Hold on now. Hold on. He was the best player on multiple teams. Multiple teams. That Hornets team, he was the best player. That Clippers team, he's arguably the best player, right? He goes and elevates teams, right? So now he leaves the Clippers and elevates OKC, elevates the Rockets. The Rockets are in the Western Conference Finals. He doesn't pull a hamstring. Things change. Things change. What do I always say? You might have to take some smut off his name. So all I'm saying is that, like, people got this bad taste in their mouth for Chris Paul right now. Yeah, because he's almost 40 and we're watching him hop from team to team, try to figure out what the next situation is. Chuck couldn't even do that. Right? There's a level of sacrifice that goes into Chris Paul as a basketball player.
Hold on, Fleet. Just if you could, before Fabian go, that was a great point that I don't believe nobody would ever bring up. Like you said, Chris Paul willing to be able to sacrifice, jump team to team, make them better, and Chuck not being able to do that. Your opinion, did that make you look at Chuck a little different?
I've had conversations offline with Fabian about this on many occasions. People would look at Allen Iverson differently. I'm talking about the basketball nuts, like the basketball junkies, like us, right? We would look at him. We already respect him. We already talk about him with nothing but reverence. But he would be in a class of a Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, that type of class, had he figured out that, hold on, if I change my game, alter it just a little bit, I'll be able to maintain a job and impact another team, whether that's the Memphis Grizzlies, whether that was the Detroit Pistons, whether that was coming back to Philly to end his career. If his mindset was a little different, right? Now I think that goes into player as well. That goes into career, because that's what the conversation was. Who had a better career? Longevity matters too. I don't care what anybody says. Somebody tried to poo-poo that. Like, what? Because he played longer than Iverson? Well, that matters. That matters. How old was Chuck when he retired? 35? Maybe? I almost want to say Chuck was in his early 30s when they told him, we don't want you no more. So I just think that it's a closer conversation than most people think. But both great players, both Hall of Famers, top 75 players, and it's a good conversation. They deserve that recognition.
It would have been interesting to see Iverson play. Not like the internet era gets talked about as the internet era, but this is really the smartphone era, the iPhone era, because everything, all the information is here at the touch of a button. And we heard Stephen A. Smith kind of snitch on him and say, "Yo, I don't even say half the stuff or anywhere near the stuff that I've heard are AI." You know what I'm saying? And I think, look, we hear about the brat now. Like that was like I had no idea. Like, word?
Oh,
AI's
you
the
know
man.
they dated?
Yeah, I know about that.
But I heard the rumor, but I was like, I don't believe it. Like, you believe it because they're celebrities, but it's like just to see it, it would have been way more, like he couldn't hide that now. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do what he was doing, taking pictures and all. It would have been way more known, tweeted about, as well as all his misgivings. Look how much ish we throw on James Harden for showing at the club right after a game. Let's not get this twisted. We saw J.R. Smith and them say, yo, he was playing. I didn't see him practice not one time in the summertime. We were just going to Dave and Buster's chilling, and he just shows up at training camp like a super athlete, picks up a ball like nothing.
Ready to go.
That's
knockout.
He's one of them guys. When I say certain things aren't normal, that ain't normal. That's not normal. I just saw the other day when Jalen Brunson was dribbling the ball. I'm like, yo, his arms are mad short. That's why he can't do like what Kyrie does. Kyrie got the rep. So there's things about Brunson AI that's like superhuman in a way. And it's part of the reason why, it gave him his icon status. He got away with a lot because he was given a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even though he went through a lot in high school, he was still like, there was this rock and roll star who was given the legendary iconic thing from us. And we hoisted him up, even though he did crawl so all these guys can walk, because he's not a point guard. Larry Brown and them said, yo, you can't even play point guard. I don't want this. You're going to dribble too much, man. Like, you just can't play point. It's crazy. So we're going to give you the two guard, right? And that changed to me. I believe he's more influential than Steph and everybody because he's the first guy to move from point to two guard. That wasn't normal. Isaiah had to still play point. He still had to get the team involved. Chuck said, nah, I don't care about none of that. He just kept it going. Chris Paul, on the other hand, y'all hit it on the nose, man, because I love AI. Chris Paul, third year in the league, was an MVP candidate. Top three. That's nothing. It took AI 4 or 5 years. Chris Paul did that in 3 years in the Western Conference, in my opinion, tougher Western Conference. What he did in San Antonio was crazy. and he injured his knee, and then he still had to adjust his game, revive the Clippers, like you guys mentioned. That was major. The Clippers, like we think we got it bad as the Knicks. Them Clippers, oh my God, big trash, big
shout out to
trash.
Don Dropper.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Don Dropper.
Yes.
Shout out to Don. Wish he was here for this one. But and Chris Paul has a lot of baggage to him too. Dirty player and everything. We all believe it. We've heard plenty of things about him that ain't right. But
we seen a bunch of stuff that ain't right.
Exactly.
But skill wise, that's we touched on it on the last topic where we talk about how being skilled is great, but how do you dominate with that? And Chris Paul ended up dominating just as a point guard at a certain point in his league, and then he was able to survive and then still bring the Rockets to the Western Conference Finals, help them go to the Western Conference Finals, play co-star. AI couldn't really be co-star, like his game didn't allow it. That's why I mistakenly compared Kyrie going to the Mavericks as AI going to the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, you said that wild shit.
Quick question: did the Hornets, when he was there in New Orleans, did they make it to the Western Conference Finals?
No.
Nah,
the second round, right?
Second
the
round, yeah.
Okay,
Seven games against the San Antonio Spurs.
Right, 7-game series, yes.
Yeah.
Not, and they're a little underrated. Tyson Chandler, David West, a little underrated.
Yeah.
They was young, man. Yeah,
It's a hell of a team. It's a hell of a team.
I've always respected him for that. Deron Williams was out there at that time. They would go back and forth if they played each other 4 times. That was like, for me, that was like what AI versus Marbury was supposed to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They pegged Deron Williams better.
Yeah, at that time in Utah. That's a fact.
Right? They pegged him as better, right?
It was arguable. He's a guy that's going to be forgotten about because of injuries and stuff like that. Like, so it was competition there for him.
Unfortunately.
But yeah. But he was tough. But I think, I would have loved to have seen AI in this era though, because they would have let him get away with everything on that court. Like the way that these guys dribble, I'm like, Iverson couldn't do any of that. He wasn't allowed to, but just Chris Paul has the skill set that allows you to survive. That there's too much, bro. Like Chris Paul is that nice, man, or he was that nice. Even though I don't want him on the Knicks, I hope the Lakers get him so we can laugh at them some more because he's 80 years old, just like LeBron. That would be hilarious.
Love it.
Yeah, I agree with y'all, man. I think it's unanimous, and it hurts us. It's just not what Jeff Teague said. They were laughing about it. We definitely gotta express the fact that, come on, I had braids because of AI. Like,
me too.
He's that dude, man. Like Iverson was that guy, and he's the people's champ for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Nice guy too. He's always another guy who elder statesman who's never a hater. My favorite player, Steph Curry.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything about Iverson is what they thought he was gonna be. He did not turn out to be that. He turned out to be an ambassador for the game.
I've never seen him say a bad word about a current player, former player. They had him sit down and talk about the fight that he had with Jerry Stackhouse as a rookie, and him and Jerry were like going at it in practice. And he's like, Jerry's my best friend now. He's one of my best friends. Like, I've never seen as many of these podcast platforms, radio shows that I never have caught this dude sit down and throw slugs. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it.
Always respectful. Big shout out AI.
Big shout out, Chuck, man. For real.
He's our icon, man. Forget what you heard.
But before we transition to the last topic, I guess, big shout out Chris Paul. Because, AllBall TV, we keep it thorough. What he did on the basketball court, whether you don't like him personally for whatever reason, Flea said it, Fabian, we got to take some smut off of his name. Mm-hmm. That man's career is legendary. What he did, legendary. At that size, at that height, legendary. So big shout out to both of them brothers. But like you said, Flea, it's closer than what people think.
Yeah, man. It's a conversation.
But I did have an inkling on why Jeff Teague might have pissed him off, though. I got some footage here where AI gave him the business and cracked him to next week.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Bummer. Yeah, Teague. You probably watching that highlight. That's what happened to you. Oh, get out of here, Jeff Teague.
Woo. Young fella.
Oh, that's an old AI.
Exactly.
That's 2011 lockout. Chuck wasn't even in the league no more.
Yeah, that his knee was tore up. Shout out to Camp 2G. Appreciate the super chat.
Appreciate it.
is getting 5 years, $200 million with injury protections, and opt out after 3 years.
I'm not signing for that. 5 years, 200.
No disrespect. Capital HELLNO. No,
Nah, I ain't signing up for that. 200?
not signing nobody for 5 years. At this point, you crazy? Nah.
Not happening.
5 years, 200 for nah. I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that. That I'm cool on.
Now, as we continue on, our guy, AllBall, mentioned him already, but there's a reason why you ain't signing nobody for 5 years, 200 million, Flea. And part of that reason why is because of players.
The poster child. Listen, the real Kaiser Soze. I keep telling y'all.
Kawhi.
Good.
The Kawhi Leonard. He might what?
He might not even be hurt. Let me get off the screen. Go ahead, man, because I can't play with y'all, man. Yo, man. Play the clip.
He might not even be hurt.
For real, man.
That's crazy. Hold on. So the Clippers have a case to take this to court? AllBall.
And they're gonna lose because everybody's scared of him and Uncle. What's his uncle name? Uncle Dennis?
Uncle Dennis.
Listen, man. That's the greatest backcourt of all time. Uncle Dennis and Kawhi. The greatest backcourt in sports history. Kawhi Leonard and Uncle Dennis.
And Uncle Dennis. Well, here's Stephen A. Smith. He thinks Kawhi Leonard is the worst superstar in the history of sports or something like that.
I think Andrea Carter is really pretty. I keep seeing her on TV.
This is not directed at you, Andrea, nor you, Jay. I'm just talking about basketball analysts out there who praise Kawhi Leonard so much. I'm sick of y'all. I'm really sick of y'all. This is the worst superstar. Now, the word superstar is applicable here because he is a superstar when healthy on the basketball court. This is not a conversation about his ability when healthy. He is a two-time champion, a two-time NBA Finals MVP. The brother is a big-time basketball player. Jay, this is not a discussion about his skills and how elite he is. This is the worst superstar. I can make a case this is the worst superstar in the history of sports. He is a nightmare. You're talking about the first 4 years of his time with the Clippers, he's averaged 40.3 games a year, a season. 40.3. He played 68 games this past year, and then again, he wasn't available for players. Do you know that Kawhi Leonard hasn't been available for 15 of the last 19 Clippers playoff games? Do you know that the year that they went to the conference finals, which, by the way, was without him because he got hurt before they got to the conference finals, do you know they haven't won a playoff series since? And this man, somehow, some way, first let me confess, I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous, Jay, because somehow, some way, no matter what his lack of availability is, don't you notice how that's never the issue come negotiating time? Right around the time it's time to negotiate, the brother available. Right around the time it's time for him to get his money, he's on the court. Right around the time it's time for him to get his money. I mean, you see him in the Clipper uniform, all right? But then, the second the man get his money, you got an APB out for him, and you can't find him, okay? And then here's the thing. This is the thing, because that's injury-related, Andrea, and I get that. Put him up on the screen because I want to look at Jay and Andrea. That's injury-related, so I get it. Andrea, where I'm so disgusted with him, he makes no effort to promote the game, to promote his team, to promote the NBA brand. Zero. Even, do y'all know with his New Balance commercials, you had little kids speaking because he wouldn't talk? Think about that. I got a commercial that I signed to endorse your product, and I won't even speak. It's the truth, Molly.
He going extra
I'm not
hard.
exaggerating here. Go look at it.
Okay, that's Glorilla over there. Yeah, Glow.
Get Glow.
Yeah,
Don't
Glow.
do Andrea like that. Do not do Andrea like that.
Sorry, fellas. All right, I'm back. Come on. Sorry.
Glow ain't looking all right?
Glow looking good right now.
You will not get me on public platforms to talk about Glorilla.
Glow, what up? Holla at you, boy, man.
Sorry.
But Andrea, What about Andrea though?
Yeah.
Look. He's softening his voice. Why don't you lead the way here, Flea? Why don't you,
You know
both
I like eviscerating.
They both got them foreheads going. I like them foreheads.
You know I like
You know what I mean?
eviscerating this dude.
Yeah, Flea.
Yeah. Yo, I told y'all this is the best show on YouTube, y'all.
Let's
I'm
go.
trying to tell y'all something. This is the best show on YouTube. Yo, let me address something first. When he gets in this bag, right, it's entertainment, it's funny, it's fun to watch. But where he messes up is that he always tries to spin that I'm a journalist. And as soon as, you know what I realized? As soon as First Take started, as soon as Skip Bayless said, come on, I got you. As soon as he did that, respectfully, I'm sorry, y'all. But as soon as he did that, that was crazy. But as soon as he did that, that was wild. It was. But as soon as he did that, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Respectfully.
Two for two.
Yeah, I'm 2 for 2. That was crazy. But as soon as he said, hey, Stephen A., come on. The journalist stuff goes out the window because now you have to entertain and you have to like almost be an actor on TV. So like there's a gap between what it takes to put together a well thought out article or a well thought out piece that a journalist does or a take off the whim, right? Like, I don't think we would ever disrespect any journalist by saying we are journalists. I don't think we would do that. But we understand the game, are invested enough, passionate enough that we could come on here and give our takes and opinions. But that's exactly what it is. It's takes and opinions. It's not something well thought out and we writing it down on paper to give to the masses. So like he got to understand that like when he gets in this bag, when you get any blowback or any kind of pushback, please don't run to the, well, I'm a journalist and this and that. Nah, because you got your foot in a different pond right now. Your foot is in a completely different pond and it's not the journalist pond. So cut the shit. My point being, do I agree that we should be getting more out of Kawhi Leonard? Absolutely. He's a dude that I want to see on the basketball court because when he's playing, he's damn good. And I love to watch the dude play. But it's like he gets killed because of the injuries, but then he also gets killed because he's being himself. And himself is not somebody that's on social media, not somebody that's running his mouth, not somebody that's a loud mouth with a white suit on at 9 a.m. Like he's not you. So now you want to kill him.
Hey, Flea, a white suit on at 9 a.m. and you not in Miami, it's crazy. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Come on.
A white suit on at 9 a.m., I'm being honest. I'm the producers. I'm making you change. Yo, bro, come on, man.
Like,
you're doing too much. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Come on. So I just feel like, you know, no argument here. He needs to be held accountable for the fact that on average, he only plays 40 games for the last 4 seasons with them. That's tough. That's tough to digest as a coach, as your teammates, as an owner, front office. All of that is tough to digest. But the worst superstar, because he doesn't want to like impregnate strippers like his teammate or get on TV and you know put the phone in front of him and do all the goofy stuff that these kids like. He don't do that stuff, and they mad at him because he don't do that stuff. I don't understand that. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna pass it off to you, OG. I understand the frustration when it comes to him being on the basketball court and that injury thing. I get it. But I think there's more attention on the fact that he's authentically himself, and some people don't like that. Fall in line and be the braggadocious, spoiled NBA player and show us. I'll put that on display so I have something to talk about. I'm talking from Stephen A's perspective. You're the worst superstar in history because I don't have nothing to talk about you. You don't give me nothing. And you great. So it's pissing me off. On you, OG.
So great point. I like what you said at the end. I love that. Where it's like, if you don't give me nothing, I ain't got nothing. It kind of frustrates, but I couldn't wait to talk about this. I've been saying this.
Paul George.
I've been saying this for a while. Kawhi Leonard is overrated. And let me explain. Us as fans, us in the media, it's our fault. Kawhi Leonard in San Antonio was a good player. Let's not forget the team he played with. He won a championship. He won a finals MVP. But him winning that finals MVP averaged 17. He ain't averaged 30. So let's stop acting like what he did in San Antonio was so monumental. He goes to Toronto. We forget Toronto was one of the better teams in the NBA. However we want to slice it. He didn't go to chop liver. He didn't go to a Washington Wizards team and took him to the championship. He went to a number 1 seed who had all great players in their prime, a super good roster, and won a championship. Oh, and do we forget, he went up against Golden State without Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson was hobbled and got injured. So if that championship doesn't happen, this mystique and this mysterious great Kawhi Leonard doesn't happen. That second championship and finals MVP, that's what this is all about. Now, with the Clippers, he can't stay on the court. He can't stay healthy. I don't mind that he don't talk. I love the way he carries himself. I think that's how human beings supposed to carry themselves. I have no problem with him off the court. But when we start putting him in the realms and the talks of the LeBrons, the KDs, in that, the Currys, I'm going to be honest, that's our fault. We have too much high expectations for Kawhi Leonard. We made him a superstar where if we go by the numbers, he's not a superstar. Once again, we can save this for another live where we can really do this for real.
Let me sit back up.
Yeah. Let's have a conversation. Like I said, San Antonio had a great team,
but
Toronto.
But OG, think about the team that he took the jumper in the corner and he lands on Zaza's foot.
Okay,
that team is a completely different iteration of the Spurs.
Agreed.
But that's a really good team. That's LaMarcus Aldridge. That's DeJounte Murray, I believe, first year, maybe. Not go pull that up, Fabian, because that team, I think, won 60 games. That San Antonio Spurs team, that's the first year he averaged 25 as the lead dog. Like, OG, I don't.
No. Flea, hold on. I agree with everything you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, when we talk about Kawhi Leonard, we tend to forget a lot. We tend to forget San Antonio. That was with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili.
We got zoom in some, Faye, if you can, or no? Yeah, I'm talking 2016. Yep, 2016. That year.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. And they probably was going to go on and do great things. It was unfortunate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when we talk about Kawhi Leonard,
2017. What they won? 67 games that year?
Mm-hmm.
That's the year I'm talking about.
Tough. So
and then come back and win 60. Look at that, OG.
Okay, that's 2 years though, Flea.
Back to 67 and 61 wins?
Okay. Yeah, but I think his point is that's Parker, Patty Mills, the Johnson Murray's first season, like you said, Flea. He's a rookie though. Pau Gasol, Ginobili.
This team is okay.
Right. I'm not like, right.
Okay.
I wouldn't say okay.
But fellas, my point is this: when we talk about Kawhi Leonard, is he a great player? Yes, but people go berserk. Some people have him top 5 greatest small forward all time. My opinion, he didn't do enough. Like I said, when he won in San Antonio, look who he played with. Let's stop acting like he went crazy, and then he did a move that every other superstar do, and they get judged for it. He did the same thing. He picked Toronto for a reason. For a reason. Because they was a number 1 seed, and that roster was super tough. So they tend to forget that. And then people forget Kevin Durant got hurt. We all know Kevin Durant don't get hurt. He don't win that championship. Then you go to the Clippers. You say, I'm not going over there unless I get my guy. You get Paul George. Biggest news at that time. Oh, my God, Clippers finally did it. They won in the championship. And it's been a disaster ever since. He doesn't get criticized enough for those things. Off the court, that's his personal business. I love his mindset and his attitude off the court. I'm just saying, when we talk about Kawhi Leonard, we have to be careful. Because once again, those 2 championships, those wasn't as great as people make him out to be. Do he get credit for them? Yes. But he has asterisks around him, just like KD, just like LeBron, just like Curry, just like everybody else. And don't nobody bring that up. And that's the thing I don't like about Kawhi Leonard stands. They act like everything he's done has been perfect. They act like he took a bad team and put them on his back and took them to the promised land. He did not do that. I'm sorry.
I like what he did there. We pulled into that San Antonio season, and then the year that he hurt his foot on Jaja Pachulia. Jaja Pachulia's disgusting showing. They were going to scare the Warriors that year. So
they were up 20.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
So that's without that Raptors team. The boogeyman image, he earned that. Kawhi Leonard earned that because we ain't talking about an offensive player. Again, I'll probably be biased because talking about defensively, who's better in the last 15 years, 20 years, one-on-one defender? I don't know if there is one.
Ron Artest.
Nah. Ron ain't Ron is gonna be physical. He ain't gonna erase you the way Kawhi is erasing niggas. Don't even come to my side. You know, Dion, don't even throw to this side. Don't even throw to this side.
Yeah, I and we can.
I give him Darrell Reeves. He had a good 2-3 seasons like that. His whole career wasn't like that. See, that's my thing about Kawhi Leonard. That's what I'm saying.
But
right, but to your point, Reeves Island was serious. That was the thing.
For how long?
I get it, but he earned that.
Dion was for his whole career.
Right, but he earned that. The water, there was that moat, that river, that water, that sea around that island. That wasn't just we just gave it to him. No. Kawhi Leonard earned that. He didn't come into the league nice like that. He had to get a jump shot out of. Hold on, let me. Not Colorado State, Flea. He went to somewhere in Cali.
Who?
Kawhi Leonard. San Diego State.
San Diego State.
You know, I'm not supposed to know that, Flea. Come on, baby. He came out of San Diego State.
That changes this year. You're watching college basketball. I told you that. You're watching this year. I told you.
You took that scary tone again, Flea. I'll concede.
Sorry.
But that's the Nino Brown. That's the Nino Brown tone on you. You Christopher Williams, remember? Yeah.
You know,
he's sitting in the courtroom. I'm taking everybody down with me.
See, this is bigger than me. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than me, baby.
Look at him. He's sitting right there. He threatened my mom.
I said he's crazy.
Kareem,
the intelligent brother from the bank.
Kareem Akbar, the real head of the CMB. I told y'all, this is bigger than Nino Brown, baby.
Woo! Something wrong with us, man. Go ahead, though, man.
Flino Brown is crazy.
Flino Brown
is
fire. That's insane.
Flino Brown is fire.
That's insane.
Wow.
Somebody in the comments, chop up a shirt for me. Flino Brown.
I'm gonna be real, Flea. You need the shirt with the black turtleneck on, with the chain, with the shape. Nah.
With the dog? You gonna go with the dog that Martin had? Nah, don't chill. You gotta
Flino Brown.
Oh, that's what. Yo, shout out to Gilbert Arenas and his show. They got the dog that Martin had on the show.
Hilarious.
That's fire. That was fire. But Kawhi earned his name, man. He didn't skip any steps. That was, remember, you talk about the Kevin Durant Warriors. We ain't talking about without Kevin Durant. Nah, Kevin Durant Warriors. Kawhi Leonard had the pressure on him. Then he went to the Raptors and he was like, you know what? If I got to go somewhere, I'm gonna go with these guys. So I don't blame him because it was Floyd Mayweather-esque, very strategic. Let me go to this team. Free agency's coming up. I'm gonna grab that bag real quick. So, but that being said, Dom knows it. If Dom was here, shout out to Dom Dropper.
Shout out to Dom.
He'll tell you he didn't like that they re-signed him. Not for that much money. That was crazy. Especially with you see the Knicks 3,000 miles away, and the best player said, I'll take less money. Don't worry about that. Brunson almost played every single game. It's a big mistake. I said it last year. You doing all this, you better get James Harden to get rid of everybody in this summer. What, you gonna re-sign all of them? That's crazy. That's not smart, Mr. Ballmer, who was with the tech company and Microsoft. This ain't your game, brother. We've seen this a billion times. The Phoenix Suns, same exact deal. It's over and over again. These billionaires are getting fleeced out here. And Kawhi's
because they don't know basketball.
Bro, come on now. There's no way, and you know what? It ties into the whole. What's the name?
The billionaires getting fleeced is crazy.
Crazy.
They got that fleece sweater on. Daryl Morey, your man Daryl Morey, is a part of the whole.
Yo, y'all cold-blooded, man. I can't with y'all.
Daryl Morey is a whole part of the what's he call it? The algorithm movement, the study and the analytics.
Analytical stuff.
That's their problem. Because Kawhi Leonard on that algorithm game, he's amazing. Remember, he shot like 70% in December. He was going wild. Hold on. Kawhi is big dog scammer. Your man shot 80,000% from the field right before he signed that contract. Kawhi Leonard, salute to you. He might be number one NBA scammer of all time. That was crazy, Flea. No.
I'm here.
Flea, no.
I'm here.
In the month of December, you want to review this? Remember, we were like, yo, these are the craziest numbers of all time. And all of a sudden, he signs the contract, and your man is MIA?
Can't find him.
Nah.
Yeah, and that,
hold on.
Like I said, staying on the floor. It's a killer.
No. For Flea, okay, hold on. Staying on the floor is one thing. We just seen OG and Anunoby run out there and give it a shot in Game 7. He looked crazy. He was looking crazy. Kawhi ain't doing none of that. He's like this.
Good New Balance. Good New Balance tech suit on. New Balance sweatsuit.
They said, Kawhi Leonard, you know how you clip your toenails and you might clip a nail too short? I ain't playing. Listen, man. Listen. That thing take about 3 days to grow back in heal. Listen. Yo, wrap the show up, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get us out of here, man.
Yeah.
Get us out of here. I'm telling you. Flea, you clipping your nails.
Yeah.
You get it too.
Yeah.
Well, I go, man, I'm injured, man. You crazy?
I just did that last week. That's why I'm
right.
Like,
Look. See, hey, hold on, but Flea, look. Flea, you showed up to work.
Hey, I show up, baby. I'm here.
We show up injured. We show up injured and everything on here. Come on.
Yo, he's Flea. He's the number one scam.
Bond's injury attorney.
Yo, hold on, real quick before we end it. You know that they're done. It's only one guy now.
It's not Salino. It's not Salino and Bonds anymore.
No, it's like Salino or something like that.
Oh wow.
It's like,
okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's like Hall and Oates, man. I think it's one of them. Man.
Come on, we grew up on Salino and Bonds. That was the good. You knew that ad. If it's early in the morning, you on your way wherever you going, that's gonna play at least 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Listen, they had the bag the way they had that promotion.
Oh, what?
Yo, that's
legendary.
It comes on Salino and Bonds.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep.
What? Yep. Classic. You know what time it is, man. It's Knicks Rehab, but we get into everything, man. Stay tuned. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Dejo un like, comentario y suscribe. Hey, AllBall TV, we get into big things coming up. Don't you think the glasses are coming off? They're coming off for other segments. You know, Knicks Rehab, we keep them on. Are we live?
Big Flea, never the little one. Love y'all, brothers.
AllBall. Dame dato.
You know the deal. See y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.